What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? Welcome to another game preview with my man Anthony Piellucci and myself, Shake Money. Today we're previewing the New England Patriots game, and you know we're going over the stats and whatnot. And let's give a few shout outs. My man, Hook 'em Up Joe, what's up? Yes, hit the like button, and my man, Color Commentary. The first thing I want to talk about is everybody's gonna say now that this is gonna be Gasecki's revenge game, right? Well, I looked at Gasecki's so far. Look, it's we're week 7. What's going on, Ryan? That's your boy Ryan, right?
Yeah, that's my boy right there. That's my brother.
Yeah. So we're looking at we're week 7, correct? Yeah. Next week is week 8. Holy shit!
See how fast it went by. That's
The
how
trade
football
deadline.
season does, though, man.
We're in the trade deadline already. But look, we're almost halfway through the season because it's a little more now because of the last game. But either way, the tight end Mike Gesicki, he's game played, 17 catches out of 22 targets, 149 yards, and 1 touchdown.
I don't know where they're getting the revenge game, but I'll say this. Now, Dylan isn't watching, but he was there. I was watching the Buffalo game with him. A friend of ours, Melanie, she's a diehard Buffalo fan, and I called it. I said, "Watch what I tell you. Gesicki's going to catch the game-winning touchdown," and it ended up coming into fruition. I mean, we struggle with tight ends, bro.
Yeah, they were like number 10 and with the worst, whatever. And look, and our own Durham Smythe has 7 games played, 11 receptions out of 16 targets for 123.
See?
So
we just don't use tight ends.
Yeah, and the dude really wanted like $15 million for that shit. Fuck you. So, by the way, what's going on Facebook? What's going on, man?
Sorry about that.
That's all good.
Along, so I got to babysit the dog. If he's out of line, I got to straighten him out. I can't.
Shit, yeah, I understand.
Right now,
trust me. What's funny is we got dogs right now. This is the most important stage of the dogs for setting boundaries.
Yeah.
You got to. You have. This is where you have to. Yeah, it's live on. It's live on YouTube too. Yeah, this is the.
Come over here, you'll get some better action than you do on Facebook, and you can hit the thumbs up and subscribe over here. Yeah. I don't know who you are; it just says Facebook user, but I appreciate you showing up anyways.
Oh, yeah. It's called. Just type in Larry K, you'll see it. But yeah. This is the important. Yeah, because where you set the boundaries for them, what their do's and their don'ts. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just like with kids. There's the sponge years and. Mm-hmm. That's really when you set down, like you say, you lay down the boundaries. This is what's acceptable. This is what isn't. And growing up, they know already. You wait till they're older, you're going to catch up with kids, with them, with anything.
Mm-hmm.
He has the cat. See, so the cat, he thinks he can jump around the furniture like the cat.
Mm-hmm.
He's over there getting whooped on by the cat right now. I wish I could put it on camera. Got that thing on rapid fire, giving him a few fresh.
Those little paps.
Yeah.
Yeah. But here we go. Right. So
sorry.
So right now, this is a 2-team win team. What's funny is if they win the rest of their games, they could possibly make a playoff run. I was talking to somebody yesterday. My man, shout out to Greg. He was on the show we did last week, Insomnia. Greg was the special guest.
Nice.
And Larry K is going to be the special guest next week. But anyway,
yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. You got to send me a link to that. I don't get the. I subscribe to Finn's Tailgate, but I don't have all the notifications. I mute most of them because
yeah. We're on at 3 o'clock. It's gonna be on at 3 o'clock in the morning. So you can
my
just
notifications are turned off at that time anyways. But anyway, it'll show me, when it'll be at the top of my phone saying, "Hey," and then I'll be able to look. I won't hear it though.
Yo, what's going on, Vincent DeMayo? What's going on, Vinny? Hell yeah, that's my coworker right here, Vincent DeMayo.
Nice.
Vincent.
Guy's got a strong Italian name. I like that.
Yeah. Fuck the Pats. Hell yeah. Oh man. And Ryan and Hooked Up Joe agrees with you, Vinny. Yeah, Vinny, that's the name.
Yeah,
Vinny Boombops. You know my doctor, Vinny Boombots.
That's right, Vinny Boombots, Mikey Gaga. I know all of them. So Ryan AP, are you the one that was Facebook user a couple of seconds ago? Maybe that's him. It's good to bring over people.
Yeah, Ryan AP. What's going on, Ryan AP? Here we go. The Saints. They lost. Here's the teams they beat. They beat the Jets, and they beat the Buffalo Bills. And it's funny. And the Jets beat the Eagles, and they beat. It's all about the thing I hate about when they say, "Oh, teams they beat." They beat teams we lose to or whatever. It's crazy. They got what but look. So yeah. And Tyreek Hill is not playing. They're saying is probably not going to play this Sunday, but which it doesn't matter.
I saw something where he said he's playing. Associated Press thing.
But even if he isn't playing, I don't think
it doesn't matter. I mean, it matters because people could say, "Well, last time we played the Patriots, he had 40 yards and he didn't have an impact." He has an impact. If he only has 40 yards, that means he's getting a lot of attention from a lot of those players on the field, which is what opened up the run for us, the way we did on them.
Yep.
And they'll open it up for other guys. Do I think we'll lose if he doesn't play? Absolutely not. We got the Pats whooped no matter what. But I'm pretty sure he's playing.
Tyreek is playing? Hell yeah. He said Tyreek is playing. Vinny says that. So
Larry said he watched his podcast. He watched Tyreek's podcast, and he was talking about what he can't wait to do and how what's his name does the giddy real bad or whatever the hell that dance is called.
Yeah, the gritty.
Sticky. Yeah, and
he looks like he's skiing.
About doing one to kind of imitate him, mock him, jokes because they're old teammates. But he was talking about the celebrations he's gonna do. Tyreek isn't the kind of guy that talks just to hear himself talk.
Mm-hmm.
He puts up, he show and prove kind of guy.
Yeah.
And if he's talking like that, he's playing. And then, like I said, I saw something today that said Christina put something up on her page or in the Dolphins den that said he's playing. Yeah, see, there you go. He's playing. If he didn't, we'd whoop him anyways.
Yeah.
We'd take out the trash.
At the end of the day, I am the thing I'm looking forward to is taking a picture with you and Larry, man.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm stoked about. It kills me that my guy's having his wedding the day before, and Sunday's Giovanni, my son's birthday. So,
trust me, I wasn't going to this game, and then Larry K was like, "Oh, I'm going to them." I'm like, "Oh, damn, that means I'm going to the game."
That's what happened to me. We weren't planning on going either. And then Larry said he's going, and you said you're going. I said, man, I ain't missing that. So I'm leaving. I'm leaving here at like 4 in the morning after a wedding. And I know how my brother is. It's going to be one of those weddings, but I'm going to try to stay a little bit responsible. If not, I wake up with a hangover and I drive anyways.
I have another guy I work with, and we trash each other. We trash talk each other. He's a Patriots fan and fucking. And the best part about it, his daughter's a Dolphins fan.
Nice.
It's kind of like Miss Finn's. Miss Finn's. Miss Fins is a diehard Dolphin fan. She has her own channel, and her dad is a Dolphin fan. So I mean, a Patriots fan. Her dad is a Patriots fan. So
that would have broke my heart if my son ended up flipping the script. But
what's funny is Dolph Freaky. Dolph Freaky fan of the year.
Sure.
She's always at the games. I had her on the in the blender, and she was saying that her kids, when she pisses off her kids kids were like, I don't like the Dolphins anymore. I'm like, God damn, ain't that some shit? She goes, luckily she don't know who the rival teams are yet, because they'll probably be like, you know what, I'm a Bills fan now.
Yeah.
They'll piss her off.
Yeah, that would be terrible. I think we got him. I know the one kid they had, isn't he out for the season? The kid they drafted, the cornerback, he was playing pretty lights out. He's done. I mean, Bill's always able to have guys plug in and play and keep up the par, but that kid was playing pretty lights out.
Hey, Adam Sadowski's gonna be there, man. That's what's up.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
definitely see you there.
Hey, listen. Here's the thing. One thing about the Christian Gonzalez is a stud.
That's his name, Christian Gonzalez. I couldn't thank you because I couldn't think of it.
No.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Before Don Shula retired, I remember this vividly.
Allow me to retort.
No, you cannot retort yet. At least let me finish my statement. No.
Yeah, right. You can hear that. I got to turn this down. Sorry.
That's all good. No, I remember vividly that when we had Shula and Dan Marino, every year we were Super Bowl contenders.
Every year.
You know what I mean? They gave Don Shula that respect because he earned it. And that's what Belichick. At the end of the day, yeah, they have a trash team, but he's proven he could do more with less. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You do not sleep on that. You know what I mean? You can't take him lightly. Now if he was like coached by Adam Gase, you'd be like, fuck, dude, you go fucking go in there coasting, bro.
Guys, look at my guy Ryan's laughing because he every time he's at my house, he makes fun of my what's it called? Yeah, you see that? Ooh, allow me to retort. Yeah, it's it does get annoying. It's just been my notification so long. Any Pulp Fiction fan knows right where it comes from, and it's cool as shit it's cool when you hear it. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah,
I agree. They kept this with Bill. This year is different. You don't expect them to be in the playoff. I mean, shockingly enough, they're not that far behind in the division.
No.
I mean, what are they? 3 games out? If some catastrophic injuries were to happen, they're keeping themselves in there. They're not way out of the race, but we're not losing to them. One thing I've said over and over, and I'll say it again: the one thing that's changed with Miami that has been our problem since Marino left, we take out the trash. I mean, that's it. I'm convinced when we play teams like this, I'm not worried in the least.
Yeah.
I'm not sweating this game at all. If Tyreek didn't play, I still wouldn't sweat it. The Patriots are trash. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Buffalo is suspect.
Don't apologize.
Except when they're playing us.
Yeah.
That's the only time that the Bills are going to show up 100% is when they're playing the damn Miami Dolphins. Other than that, Josh Allen plays to the level of his competition. This guy's, you never know what Josh Allen's going to show up. You know for sure when he plays Miami, he's showing up as like he's trying for MVP. Everybody else, he plays to the level of competition.
And the other thing is Nick Needham and the other cornerback Ramsey might be coming back for this game.
I've heard if just Nick Needham comes back, I'd be happy with that. That'll make a difference with some of these tight end plays. And Gesicki, I mean, all these guys we have, we don't really have that many new people. I mean, you look at our linebacker corps, they pretty much were all there with Gesicki. Our secondary, they were all there with Gesicki. I mean, so we know his tendencies. We practiced with him. We know his what he's good at, what he's not that great at. It's not like, but he's good. I mean, to me, I never understood. I know he wanted a lot of money, and I know once McDaniels came around, his role kind of diminished. But when pre-Mike McDaniel, Gesicki had some clutch plays. Man, he had some big games for us, some big catches. He was always a guy, if you're in a panic situation, you could throw it. He's gonna 8 times out of 10 come down with a catch. Even some hard catches. He had some one-handed Aranda Gadsden catches, I remember.
Mm-hmm.
He was a good player, man.
But he wasn't getting no yak. I could tell you that. He was.
Nah, he sure wasn't. He was making the catch. He's not burning anybody up going down the field, but he sure he had some hands. I'll give him that. It didn't merit what his contract, what he wanted, but I hated to see him go. I liked Gesicki, man. I remember when we were trash and Gesicki was a bright spot on our offense. He bailed two out of a lot of situations. But that's the game of football, man. What are you going to do?
I think
this side, anyways.
I think he was better with his best years were with Fitzpatrick. Him and Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, they had some. Yeah, Fitz. He had some good catches with Fitz too.
See, that's why when people say Justin Herbert wouldn't have been good here, I call bullshit because he's a 50-50. He's a 50-50 quarterback. Tua isn't.
Yeah.
And we had 50-50 receivers: Devontae Parker, Matt Collins, Mike Gesicki. Those were all 50-50 guys.
Devontae Parker.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Devontae Parker because he was you can throw it up and he's coming down with it.
And not to mention Chan Gailey, his game plan was centered more towards Chan Gailey than it was Tua. Right. Chan Gailey could have. I think Chan Gailey probably would have stayed.
Yeah.
Had they picked, because that's the type of quarterback he could help.
Yeah, he was more in line with his scheme, absolutely, an air it out kind of guy, Which I mean, it seems like Tua gets a lot of yards, and he's thrown some nice deep balls, man. He's looked good, and I can't. That was even last year. People were saying, "Oh, are you happy with the deep ball?" The Baltimore game. I'm like, no, they're stopping to catch the ball. They're not catching it en route. They're not having to break pace. They're not catching it like they have to stop. And that's not a good deep ball. When the receiver has to turn around or stop to catch the ball, it's not a great deep ball. There's been a whole bunch of passes this season, to Tyreek especially, almost only really, where he's not having to break stride at all. He's catching it in stride. It's over the head in the bucket. That one against where he's double teamed, last game against Philly. There was one against San Diego. Tua's definitely tightened up his deep ball,
And his velocity too. I see his velocity is getting, his balls are having a little more zip in it too.
Yeah. But, but a vast majority of his yards do come from yards after the catch.
See, the thing about it is the one thing I've been saying with Tua though, his those type of passes that we're talking about only comes when he has good mechanics. It's not like Dan Marino where he just goes, if you know what I'm saying, the flick of the wrist, like Michael
back
Vick
of the
had.
Foot, across the body. Marino's bombing that thing no matter which way he's. Even after his knee got hurt and it didn't matter. Marino could throw the ball, off his back foot, running to the right and throw it to the left off his back foot all the way across the field and throw it 60 yards. Totally different. That's how when people compare the two, it's like, oh, what are you even talking about? It's two totally different players. And Marino could do a lot of things Tua can't. And Marino could do everything Tua can. So to me, there's no comparison. I don't give a damn if Tua wins a Super Bowl. You still can't compare him to Marino. He's not, Tua's his own special, and he's doing some special things. Yeah. And I don't care if it's yards after the catch, because let me tell you something. He puts the ball where it needs to be, where these guys can do what they do after the catch. The one thing I don't like is he throws a lot of passes where he puts guys in danger. If this was the NFL 10 years ago, we'd have a lot of players on IR because now they have that defensive receiver rule they implemented a few years ago. But a lot of times, man, he'll have guys coming across the field and he'll throw it up in the air where they got to expose themselves, and there's two guys right around them.
Yeah.
We have a bunch of guys on IR with the way he throws some of these passes. Luckily, it hasn't happened yet. Last week, he did it with Waddle, and Waddle caught it and covered up quick enough, man. It was beautiful the way, like, he knew he got the alligator arms right after he caught it because he was exposed. But he does that a lot. I'm like, dang, man, if this was back when James Harrison was out there, the boogeyman, you know, and guys were playing like that, we'd have some guys, you know,
in IR.
Yeah, you know, I just, it makes me nervous because you're going to have plays like that. It's football. You're going to, but there's a lot of plays like that. But that's what it is. And the rules that they implemented stop that. So if you can take advantage of it, cool. You know,
mark my words. I see J.C. Jackson getting an interception this game.
Jason Jackson.
J.C. Jackson.
Jackson.
J.C. Jackson, the cornerback for the New England. I can see him getting an interception this game. Q, my man, what's going on, brother?
He was all that. Q, man, that man was.
Who you talking about?
Goddamn James Harrison.
Oh yeah.
And James Harrison was. I mean, this guy came out of nowhere too. You know, he was like a Cameron Wake almost. Cameron Wake was selling insurance before he came to us. Well, you know, he played in Canada, but he was selling insurance still. After he left Penn State, he got out of football. James Harrison, I don't know where he came from. I want to say he was undrafted, but he was a nobody and came in, and I don't know why he was a nobody. Everybody slept on him because he had people nervous. Rightfully so.
By the way, Q is he's a Steelers fan, but he's respected in the Dolphins community because he's very respectful, dude. He's Samoan, so he's gonna represent for his his fellow Samoan Tua Tagovailoa, you know.
Sure, but that's peace to the Steelers fans. I don't really have a beef with the Steelers too much. I mean, I want to say they might be one of the teams we have a all-time losing record to when it comes to wins losses. I might be mistaken, but
yeah, that's still current defense.
James Harrison, they had a bunch of players I enjoyed watching over the years since I was a kid. Kevin Green back in the day. Pittsburgh always had some cool guys. They've always had some good coaches too. I always like Bill Cowher. I mean, they just look. They got a good organization. That's a well-run organization.
Yeah. Hey, Q already know I got respect for the Steelers.
You got the terrible towel.
Yeah, this back in 2015, I lost my best friend, and this was the last thing I gave him, man. At his funeral, it was on his casket, and I took it, as a keepsake.
Nice.
Yeah, this is probably one of the most important things.
No, Bucks ain't pulling out anything. The Bucks are about to get their game smoked, Q.
Who they playing again?
Embarrassed with what just happened. Forget about it.
Oh shit, Buffalo.
I don't know if it's in Buffalo or Tampa. I don't give a damn if it was in Okinawa, Japan. Buffalo's gonna smoke their game. That ain't even gonna be. Tampa's running into a.
Oh yeah, man. I
tell you
what,
Mike Evans and Tre'Davious White. They could. I don't know, but my gut tells me that's I definitely locked in Buffalo in the football pool.
If Buffalo loses this,
they'll have some excuses. We all know that. Yeah,
man, I can't wait.
You, Shakes. I'm more excited about hanging out with you guys in the tailgate, than I am about the game, and that's a rarity, man. Normally, it's nothing supersedes watching the Dolphins play.
Yeah. But, and Adam Sadowski too, man. I tell you what, Adam Sadowski supports everybody, man, just like I do. I know everybody. He's and I met him fan week, and it was a pleasure talking to him, man. He was a good dude to talk to.
Yeah, looking forward to meeting him. Ryan, it don't matter which Baker shows up, brother. One thing I'll say, and you know what, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Buffalo is one of the teams I mean, you know what? I might be wrong because they don't seem to have their stuff together this year. I mean, they took 2 hard losses in the division to teams that they normally walk the dog on, and they lost to Jacksonville, which at that time, and my brother knows this, Jacksonville was struggling. You know, even the games they won, it was scratch your head moments. Like, what are they even doing? Why are they? And then the games that they lost, like the Kansas City, and they should have won those games. But there was some stuff they were doing. Like, what the hell is wrong with their coaching staff? Like, why are they? And then all of a sudden, but they had 2 weeks, 3 weeks. They were in London for a month before Buffalo showed up, and I credit some of that to that. But
hey man, I got a special guest in the back. Send him the link. He is the other half of the Currency Connection, man. The one, the only, Mr. Crypto. What's going on?
Crypto, how you doing, bud?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Shake Money, Anthony.
What's going on, man?
What's happening, man?
Same beat, different
That
day.
last episode you was on the Insomnia with the picks. I was thinking about that last pick with the freaking Cowboys and the Chargers. Y'all picking the Chargers. I mean, me picking them and y'all picking the Cowboys. I was like, that did it. That interception at the end of the game did me in. But I bounced back this week.
Yeah. What's funny is me and him were tied, right? And it came down to that game, and that's what gave me the. He cut into my 5-game lead, and now it's 3.
Shakes told me I picked phenomenally good in that.
Yeah, you only had 2 losses. You only had 2 losses.
I said, man, I don't know what the hell, because I didn't. I was going off.
But you said you changed your picks in another league, but you had it right on the picks that night.
Yeah, in the football pool, and I was just going off my head, remembering what I picked. And I mean, we did it. We broke down every game, so it gave me time to think. Yep. Sometimes, bro, I set my picks in on Thursday, and I'll get up. Like today, I got up crazy late. So what happens, Crypto, was all just speed. But when I sit down and think about the picks like we did then, and then you guys, you know, we're bouncing ideas off of each other, it helps. And if I'd have put those picks on that, you know, I'd have been $600-700 richer that week. Because I had like 4 losses, 5 losses.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You only had 2 You only had 2 that week.
You only had 2. Yeah. You would have won a ton.
Yeah, I would have won. Yeah.
Because you get whatever over 500, you win whatever dollar amount. That how it goes.
Well, no, it's just it's a football pool. A good friend of mine runs, but there's it's $10 a line, but there's a lot of us that play, so it comes down to it's like $600-700, sometimes between $500 and $700, depending on how many people play. Sometimes it could be more than that though, And I think the lowest it's ever been was a $400 pot, but that's very rare that it's that low.
Do you see? What do you think of this game, Crypto? What are your expectations?
What? Wait a minute. Say that again.
What are your expectations for this game? What do you think?
I actually kind of think Buffalo bounced back from a loss like that.
No, I'm talking about Miami game. Miami, New England. The only game that matters here.
Our game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about tonight's game. My bad. No, I think we did have some good news about Tyreek. Yeah. I don't know if he was playing possum the whole way just to jerk our chain, but he is good. He'll be playing, and we should be back up to speed. Even though what's nagging, he's still not completely 100%. So,
hey, by the way,
he can overcome it.
Kurt, I'm gonna tell you, like I tell the missus, my sports teams are like my orgasms. I only care about mine.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. True. Just try not to have too many fake ones.
Oh man, like the Canes are my favorite team. No.
That's definitely fake coming from you. Our season's over, man. For us,
our season's been over. So
our championship is when we play the Seminoles. I mean that's our bowl game. That's everything. That's what we'll be playing for.
No. Next year. I can't wait next year because It's gonna be Florida and Miami. Mano and
Yeah. What do
mano.
we play every 4 years? We play.
I'm not sure, but it's
I
gonna be a
think it's
two
every
game.
four
It's gonna be
years.
2 years. It's gonna be 2 years. We're playing back to back.
Right.
So mano a mano.
Yeah, we might have to get together for that game.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it's in the swamp
Yeah.
or in Miami, but I can go to either one. I mean, Gainesville's 2 hours from here. You know, Gainesville's closer than
You on the West
Miami.
Coast? You on
No,
the
I'm in
West Coast
Daytona
too,
Beach.
Anthony?
No, I
Oh,
am on the
okay.
West Coast.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm in
by the way, too,
Daytona.
like I said, January, me and the missus we're gonna be in Daytona. So
Yeah, I'll be
You
here.
going to bike week?
what's that?
No, I don't do any of that, brother. What?
Oh,
Like
okay.
I grew up in South Florida, but my grandparents moved from Miami to here in like '86. So
Oh, okay,
I've been
got you.
coming back and forth since forever. But my son was born here. You know, he went to school. He graduated high school here, and I've been
Mm,
here the majority of my adult life. I still go to
I
down
got
to
you.
Fort Lauderdale often, but
So, your son is was there the whole time? I mean, was y'all was there the whole time? You said when you after your son was born?
yeah, he was born here in Ormond
Okay.
Beach. Ormond Beach is just north of
Oh,
Daytona. Um,
okay.
so, anyways, the moral of that story is when it comes bike week, like they just have Biketoberfest, which is like a mini bike week. But
Yes.
it's annoying to us. It's like, no, don't get
Yeah,
out of
because you
here
got to
already.
deal with all the people that don't live there.
And that's all
Yeah.
you hear. And I live off
No, yeah,
LBTA.
the
Yeah, so it's like,
noise abatement.
forget about it. That's all you hear is these dorks that I have no friends. That's how they.
And then going right.
It's so annoying, bro. I can't stand it.
Popping willies all over the place, man. So I hate when they be doing that in the middle of the streets, you
Now
know.
those guys don't come. Normally, that's not them guys. Crypto. These are Harley guys. These are
Oh, okay. So they ain't
now
popping no
these are
exactly.
outlaws. These are real
You better
bikers.
not be doing no willies on no damn
No,
Harley.
no,
I'll
no,
tell
no,
you
no
that much.
hogs.
You
These guys
crazy.
got hogs and things of that nature.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
you have a. It's not all like stone cold bikers. There is a
Mm-hmm.
lot of them, but I mean, the outlaws have a clubhouse, maybe 2 minutes from my house. There is, but when it's bike week, it's a lot of.
Yeah.
They call them posers, but people that just have Harleys, but they're doctors,
Mm-hmm.
and they just come to ride, but they come from everywhere, and it's a
Yeah.
cool thing. I mean, if you come to visit and go, it's cool to hang out. But if you live here, and as kids, we'd go, and hang out at the Broken Spoke or the Iron Horse. These are legendary spots, or like some people go to International on the beach side, Froggy Saloon,
Mm-hmm.
and it's
Yeah.
cool, man. You got the broads, they're showing the boobs, all the outfits. It's like Halloween
Mm-hmm.
slash biker.
Some good portion of them are topless.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fun. It is, man. Everybody's having
Yeah.
it's a fun time, bro. And it's not like people fighting and because everybody's drunk, but everybody's, you know, spring break was when that's when it was out of control and there'd be all
Yeah.
kinds of. But it's young kids. These
The
are
worst,
older people.
absolute worst time of
Yeah, not
the
Daytona used to
of
be
the
back
event.
in the '90s. Daytona, forget about
Mm-hmm.
it. Spring break, you couldn't
Mm-hmm.
drive anywhere over here. It's what would normally take you 5 minutes will take you 2 hours. The traffic was just crazy. I'm glad they got rid of it, to be honest.
Right.
So all right, now this is the time. I guess part of the game that unless you want to give us your analysis before we get into it, you want to give us a quick analysis about this game, crypto. What do you think of Bill Belichick? And who do you think there's a chance that we might be able to lose, or do you think we have this in the bag? What are your thoughts?
Oh no, I never think every game's in the bag, especially at this level. Um, Given the fact that they did have a signature win last week, and we had I guess you could say signature loss on the other hand, that they're going to be coming in with a little momentum while we're trying to recover. So, due to the fact that it's easy to look past them because
Mm-hmm.
we have a win against them, and to be looking towards the next opponent as our next big thing,
Uh huh.
that's what thing that makes it kind of like you got to focus, and that's what makes it losable. If
Yeah.
they don't think one iota of their next opponent and just look ahead and look past them, say, "Oh, we beat them already," even though they beat the Bills. You know what I'm saying? But they got to realize they did beat the opponent that beat us. So that's what they can't lose sight of.
Yeah.
So that's what makes it a losable game. But That's why I say we got to get healthy
And I'm
and
glad you
be
brought
able
this
to
up.
and take them serious.
I'm glad you brought this up because you know what? One thing that also not worries me, but I'm looking for, I'm going to be monitoring the Chiefs versus Denver. This is their second time playing. They're playing in Denver. And if the Chiefs lose this game, there could be you don't want them to go into Germany with that chip on their shoulder.
Right. Yeah, that's right. They are playing a division opponent that they beat earlier, just like we playing a division opponent that we beat earlier. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good point too.
But
Yeah.
they Denver fought that game. Excuse
Right.
me. Denver fought that game. It wasn't just like
Both
a blowout.
right.
But I think that was shortly after the
Both
70
games was
yard
in
or the 70-point embarrassment. Also, it's like so
before
they
before
might have
they
had some extra fire under them.
Well, actually, they played Chicago after the embarrassment.
Okay, but still,
right.
it wasn't too long after, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
One game ain't
Yeah.
gonna get you a shake back. And they fought tooth and nail with Chicago. They went down to Chicago 30-0 or 24-0 before they came back and won that
Before they
game.
came back.
Yeah. I mean, they had 100 points dropped on them before they scored, before they won
Before
the
they
game.
even scored their next touchdown, right?
Yeah, it's like,
They
Yo,
gave up
what's
like
good?
100
Lou, how you
points.
doing, my dude?
What's good, Lou?
What's happening, man?
Man,
Lou.
being that he's in the building, man. Hey, listen, I'm gonna text you the link if you want. Pop up. If not, I understand, bro.
Oh, Lou.
But so yeah, man. That's
But
what
yeah,
I'm.
yeah, Shake, you're right. Those are good things to look at too, like a big picture,
Uh huh.
Both teams who they playing this week prior to playing each other is big. They playing two divisional games
And
prior
that's
to
the
heading out to Germany.
good
And
thing. That's the one
going
benefit
with
of
a chip on your shoulder, and
yeah. That's the one benefit of us doing this pick'em game. It helps me keep track of the league and who you know what I'm saying.
you're right.
It's giving me a picture of where we stand and who we play and our next opponent and all that good shit.
And
You know what
who's
I mean?
your upcoming opponent's next opponent, and who was their previous opponent?
Mm-hmm.
Because
You
I
know, it's
think
kind of like the weather.
Philly's previous opponent was the Jets. Our previous opponent was the Giants, two New York teams, but totally going in both different directions. The Jets
Right.
were heading up, and the Giants were heading down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now that we got to this, now we analyzed the game. Let's do this. This is one of my favorite segments because I'm trying to be mindful because I know my man is waiting for somebody.
Yes,
Your
yes.
favorite Patriots game? I already know mine. I already got mine like this in my head. My favorite Patriots game of all time. It's not the and spoiler alert, it's not the Miami Miracle.
No,
Yeah.
mine's is the '94 game. I was sitting in boot camp, and it was in the I was in the army. We was in the rec room. They allow every Sunday to go to the rec room to watch sports or play foosball or play pool. Just a free time for the soldiers, uh, to get away from the grind of training and stuff. So I was up in the rec room, and then I saw that infamous fourth down play with Dan Marino to Irvin Fryer for the game winning to go ahead. That was definitely ranked as one of my top as the top
Hey, I guess that was a
before the
good day
Miami Miracle.
after getting your ass kicked by the freaking army, right? Was it the army or the navy?
Army. I was in Army at that
Yeah,
time.
yeah. You were getting your ass kicked by the drill
Yep,
sergeant. That was probably a good.
exactly. The drill sergeants beat us down. They give us the Sunday off. We went upstairs. I was like, okay, they got the Dolphins playing on NBC, and I go up there, and we were down, and we were like, oh shit, I hope we don't lose this game. Then I realized who we got at quarterback. To be nameless. Some
Tua?
guy. I think his name is Dan Marino. I think that's his name.
We never
I,
added
I, I
the
think
game with Dan.
Wasn't Frank
I
Tarkenton?
think I think he went by that name. Maybe it was his nickname or something. You know, I was trying to figure out who that fellow was. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? Is he going to win the game for us? And lo and behold, that some bitch dropped back and threw that strike.
That's some
I was
bitch.
like, holy shit, he's a winner, man. I was like, this guy, we got to keep him, man. We got to sign him to another contract. I thought they was going to cut him, man. He was
God
about to
damn.
be cut, Shake Money.
Damn. Remember he wanted to be traded?
Right. Back at
So
what, 98?
yeah.
To
When no when
the Vikings.
and by the
But
way
that's who he's gonna play for.
a fellow soldier. Thank you for your service, Crypto. He was in the Marine Corps.
Yeah, Marine Corps. Yep. Oh, speaking of Marine Corps, I was in the Navy too. We would say about those jarheads, about the Marines. You guys were our.
What the fuck? That's what you.
That's what the Marines are called, the jarheads.
Yeah, because of the haircut, right?
Yeah, we that's the name we always each service member have nickname for the opposite service. Like we call the Air Force the Chair Force. But because they either always sitting on their asses doing something spectacular and they get the biggest reward. So we used to call the Air Force the Chair Force. Ali would probably come out of the and get me for that statement. But that's what we call them. We had names for everybody. Of course, Navy, we was called squids. They called us squids, So we had that name about us. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun going at each other. But they had the best facilities though. I ain't gonna lie. The freaking Air Force, boy, they got it made. Especially abroad. I would say abroad. I'll just say that. Overseas, they tend to have the best of the best. Diplomats and shit, escorts, and oh God, tell me about it.
So, Peter,
it was top class.
What was your favorite?
I don't know. Mine's kind of a toss-up. I mean, just off the top of my head. I mean, my all-time favorite one was, in most recent years, is when we shut them out. I don't remember what. I want to say that was 08, 07, somewhere. I mean, not 07 because we only won one game that year. I was against Baltimore. So maybe 06 or 08. I don't remember. That was the last time. I want to say still to this day. I don't know if they've been shut out since then. I know Channing Crowder still played for us at the time, but I can't even tell you who the coach was or whatever. But we blanked him. And the one of the other ones that stands out in my head was a primetime game. We had on our orange, and we only won 4 games that season. And
oh yeah, like that. That was my favorite. That was my favorite game.
We ran them down, and then they ended up winning the Super Bowl that year. But we beat them in prime time. I don't know if it was a Monday night or Sunday night, but I know it was a night. It was
a night game, Sunday night game.
Was it?
We had the orange uniforms.
100%. It was dark out.
Yeah. You're right. It was orange. You're right.
Jim Bates was the head coach.
Yeah, so it's out of one of them two. But shutting out Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, that's a special feat. But we always did special stuff against New England. That's why I don't have no beef with New England. I mean, it's like even when they were the greatest thing, bro.
We still beat them at least once a year.
Yeah, man, we'd still show up and
at least once a year.
It's like, man, we beat them when we had nobody. I can't even tell you right now who was on that team that we beat them with that when we had 4 wins. See, I can't tell you.
Hey,
yep.
Remember that quarter?
We had damn, what was his name?
I think Chris Chambers might have been there.
JP, was it not Fiedler? It was somebody else.
Nah, it wasn't nobody like that.
Ronze Gaston was the I think
it was a year. It was a year. Yeah, it was a year. Dave Wanstead got fired, and we had a
Dave Wanstead. Yeah, I can't.
2004. I was in Texas at that time.
Listen, I'm glad, Lou. Peace to you, brother. I'm glad you showed up because, man, I told Chase I got a friend of mine. It's my son's birthday this weekend, and a good friend of mine stopped by to see him for his birthday and give him a gift. So I gotta log off. But you came right on time, brother, man. Thanks.
Right. Hey, man. Yeah. Hey, man. Tell your son happy birthday, man. Actually, my son.
Man, Lou says happy birthday, my guy.
Hey, by the way, happy birthday from TFTG crew.
Hey, my son's birthday is actually today.
Yeah. Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
When's your birthday, Lou?
My son.
Well, no, my birthday is October 2nd, but today my 17-year-old just became an official man, turning 18. Man, today's.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah!
Oh shit!
20 on Sunday. His birthday is Sunday. We'll be at the game. You gonna be at the game, Lou, Sunday?
Man, I'm trying, man. I really am trying.
But try extra hard. But it'd be great.
Lou about to become an empty nester, man. Lou about to become an empty nester, man. He got an 18-year-old.
Oh no, he's got some little ones.
No, I still got an 8 and 4-year-old. So.
Oh shit, you got 11 more years then.
But listen, man,
you locked down for 11 more.
Hey, real quick, hey, before you go off, that quarterback that he was talking about, I think he has the statue.
That's him. 100%.
Oh yeah, just that guy. That's the one.
That's the guy you think you're talking
That was
about.
pretty good.
Oh, okay.
All
I
right,
was trying to
man.
figure out who was that.
But I'm sure I'll talk to you
Anthony.
before then. Lou,
All right,
good
and
seeing
be
you. Good
easy.
to talk to you. Crypto,
Easy.
thanks for coming. Everybody in the chat, man. Peace. And we'll
Peace.
talk to you
Yep,
next
fins
week.
up, man.
All right,
Okay,
and
Yep.
be easy.
Okay.
Easy, man.
Yeah. This
Yo,
is
shake money.
this is a smoke lounge takeover. Looks like.
Yeah, the smoke lounge take over.
Yep,
I was
that
trying
is
to
what
figure
it
out that
looks
guy
like.
was Shake Money. I was trying to figure out who that quarterback was. I'm like, damn, who the hell
Yeah.
is this guy?
Yeah, that's that guy right there.
Yeah, that's who it was. Okay, that's who it was. That was on my TV throwing all those passes.
Hey,
Yeah,
you
Shit.
know what? To answer the question though, I'm with Crypto. It was 1994. Your boy was in the building, was sitting next to my father. It was raining. It was a miserable game to be at, right? But
Right.
it was a slugfest shootout between Dan Marino and Drew Bledsoe. And our Dolphins ended up pulling it out, man. Irving Fryer, man, running down the sideline on 4th and 10, man. I'll never forget it.
Right. That one, man, that was classic. Yep. That's them some good old fashioned shootouts too. Him and Bledsoe. Man, I
That
tell you, man, that he
they had
actually
the
could have won
clay.
the Super Bowl.
They had the baseball clay. That's when they were the
Yeah.
Marlins were still in the stadium. So
Was still in the stadium at that time. Yep. Because I think the sun, it was shaded. That part of the building wasn't at the sideline where it was shaded, if I remember right. That part of the field was that time of the day was shaded. It's like the sun was kind of like the shade that shifted. Because I do remember a little bit of shade in that game.
Archer.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Shake Money's doing his Jack Hanna impersonation.
Archer. No, I'm taking a picture of my cat.
yeah,
Archer.
Shake Money taking pictures.
My bad.
Like Jack, you got a Jack Hanna with the zoo going on.
My bad. No, but hey, listen.
No, it's all good.
My favorite Dolphin game versus the Patriots. I forgot who the coach was, but we only won 5. We only had 4 games, and the Patriots were playing for the number 2 seed, and we beat them in New England in December, the last game of the year, and that's gonna be my favorite game. I was never. It was the thing I like about it. It was competitive, and it was edge of your seat football as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I just can't remember who that coach was. God damn.
Right. The guy, man. Does he have any wins? Is that coach? Was he like without any victories prior to going into that game? Was that like his first win or something like that? Who was that guy?
I don't remember, but yeah, he in New England, bro. And
Damn.
and another one was we beat them in Miami, right? We beat them in Miami. It's also the last game of the season, and Dan Campbell was the interim coach, right? Whatever. And because we beat them, they were the number 1 seed, but because we beat them, Denver ended up getting the number 1 seed, and they had to go to Denver, and they essentially lost the playoffs. If they would have played in New England, they would have won that game and went to the Super Bowl 50.
Yeah, they would have played another home game in the playoffs. Yep. It's kind of like we gave Kansas City that extra home game when we went into Foxborough and beat them.
We gave Denver that extra home game.
Yeah, I know it was one year Kansas City game too. Like we did it to them like 2 times. That was a lot of fun making the Patriots play an extra game they didn't want to play. I loved it. It was great. Then freaking Andy Reid comes out on the podium. He says, "Oh, let me go congratulate the Dolphins." Andy Reid shouted us out on the podium.
Hell to the Dolphins.
Yep. He did.
Hey, so last week when I did the show with you guys, the Insomnia show with you guys, Shake, do you got what my record was?
Yeah, we got the records. So Crypto and Doc won with 7-6, and we ended up at 5-8.
Damn.
Yep.
Yeah. Hold on.
Man, hold
That
on,
was in the
man.
record books.
I had the Patriots beating Buffalo,
Yeah. All right.
and
All
I
right.
still went
You want me to,
prominent.
I have the list right here, bro. I'll give you the rundown.
Yeah, it sounded rigged, Shake. You
Yep.
sounds like you're screwing me, Shake.
You pick the Saints, they lost. They lost. You pick the Bucks, they lost. You pick
Wait a minute.
Seattle, they won. You pick Miami, they lost. You pick the Steelers, they won. You picked LA, they lost. You pick New England, they won. So that's your games that you picked. Then all the equal games, you pick Green Bay, they lost. You pick Washington, they lost, and you pick 49ers, and they lost.
Okay, Shake, you can stop. You're making me look bad out here, Shake. You should have just stuck to the games I won, Shake.
Okay, and that would have been a shorter list too. So.
Oh man.
All right, damn, man. But hey, listen, I brought this point up to crypto, and one of the things that I'm looking at, I'm going to be paying extra attention to this week is Denver and Kansas City are playing again. This is their second time, and remember, Denver, it was a close game. They're playing in Denver, and the one thing I do not want to happen is that Kansas City lose to Denver, because if they lose to Denver, just like the Kansas City Chiefs, they're going to be playing. They're going to play with that chip on the shoulder. I want them to win I want them to win, right? With and bring that momentum to Germany the next week. You know what I mean?
I agree. I agree with that. Absolutely. I would say yes. I think
Hey, can
Philly
you guys
losing
hear
to the
me?
Jets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Philly losing to the Jets absolutely. I would agree. Put a bad taste in their mouth. Coming into the Dolphin game. So I would agree. I would agree with that, Shake.
Yeah, because this to me, like I said, Philly. The only reason Philadelphia was a big game was because two things: the time slot and the team's record. That's all they made. But these next two games are the big games, because we have a chance. See, the thing I like about it is we have a chance to put ourselves in the driver's seat. We have a chance to actually be above everybody else. You know what I mean? So we need to take advantage of these next two games, man. It's important. This is the big game.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I was just about
I
to
can
say
see it
that,
from
Shake.
that standpoint.
I know everybody's talking about Kansas City being a big game, and I would agree. Kansas City is definitely a big game. But this right here, this weekend, is the must win.
Yes. It's a
You
division game
must,
too.
right. You must beat New England.
Yeah. Right.
Because if
It's
you
just as
don't,
important.
well, shit. Listen. I'll be honest. This one is more important to me, in my opinion, than Kansas City. Not from the
Mm-hmm.
standpoint but I'm just saying that no. I
Because you
cannot
don't want to
come out.
start a trend. Right. It
It's
starts
not
a
even a
trend of
trend.
losing. Right.
It's not even the trend for me, crypto. See, I'm not even with the
Uh-huh.
trend. The fact of the matter
Okay.
is, this is a must win because we're just a better team than the New England Patriots. And I've been very consistent going into this season. I don't think
Mm-hmm.
Miami's losing to any bad teams. That's why the trap game narrative and stuff. I don't believe there are no more trap games. Yeah,
Oh,
Miami's having a
okay.
problem now winning big games against big teams, right? Like the upper echelon teams in the NFL. Yeah, Miami is struggling at so far to this point. We're struggling with
Okay.
those teams. But bro, New England shouldn't be able to compete with the Miami Dolphins when you just put the teams on the field. So that's why for me this is a must win. You cannot lose two teams, especially if what we're getting from Miami is consistent, where you're not winning the big games against the upper talent. Nah, bro, you
Mm-hmm.
can't lose to lower talent. You just cannot do it.
Right. Now, if that, let's say hypothetically, that if that any given Sunday thing happens against us in this
Mhm.
game, what does that put the Kansas City game? Does that make that more of a, not, I won't say desperation game? Would that make it more like, okay, is it more
it
important now or
it's a
no?
must win. It's a must-win, Crypto. Because again,
Okay, it's still. I'm just saying,
listen,
even if we slip up against a division opponent and we play
going
better, let's say we play better against Kansas City, right? But lose narrowly, but we lost to the Patriots. Let's just say our better performance against the Chiefs, even though
we
we
got
lost those games.
going into Philadelphia when this 3-game stretch came up on the schedule: Philly, New England, Kansas City. I came out and I said I believe we need to be 2-1, right? And we still have an opportunity to do that, but it starts this Sunday against New England. So that's why this is a must-win. You have to go. You have to be 1-1 going into Kansas City. Because
you can't be 0-2. Yeah, if you're 0-2, that puts a bad
listen.
taste
I
in
think Miami matches up better with Kansas City than they do against Philadelphia. If I'm going to be honest, right? Like I think the matchup.
from a total team standpoint, yes.
Yeah, I don't think
because I don't think there's something Kansas City can do that that they got in the bag
City,
that can convert. Yeah,
I just don't think Kansas City is as physical as Philadelphia is. And even though I feel like Miami kind of matched the physicality against Philadelphia, I'm just saying I think it's more even Miami and Kansas City than it is Miami and Philly in that standpoint with the physicality. I think we match up way better with Kansas City than we do with Philadelphia.
But you know what's I'm starting to think now back when we all have receipts, whatever. When they, at the time they lost to the Jaguars, everybody was shitting on the Buffalo Bills. Oh, they lost to a crappy Jaguars team, but guess what? They're 5-2. They're above 500.
5-2. So now that loss to them, though, it's not like losing to a bad team no more.
Yeah. So they, And the Jets right now are at 500. So and the Patriots, well, whatever about that is.
That's the one bad team they really say it's this crappy bad team.
Do either one of you gentlemen see an upset tonight with Tampa over Buffalo?
From your lips to God's ears, I'm praying for one. I'm praying for one.
If this was in Tampa, Lewis, I would say it would be more.
Yeah,
I would say it's more likely, yes. But since they're going back home, I would say no.
Well, put a percentage on that, Crypto, since you're the percentage guy. What the Buccaneers' chances to win tonight's game, what percentage do you give them?
Oh, now you got to put me on the spot with the percentage. All right, goddammit, I will put a percent on it. All right, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers percentage of winning this game, I'll go with more like I'll go on like 23%. That's the percent I'm gonna give it for now. I'm gonna say 23, low 20s.
Turn up, Crypto.
No, it's just me because I'm always the guy that's putting percentages on it, so I have to answer it. I have to throw my number out there. But it is what it is. Now, granted, if this game was in Tampa, I will be giving Tampa a 51% chance to win the game.
And now
I think Buffalo's probably got what the Eagles felt like when they lost to the Jets.
Oh, hold on.
I'm thinking.
Never mind. I will say Todd Bowles played for the Jets, not the Buffalo Bills. Todd Bowles is a New York guy.
Yeah, he coached for the Jets. Yeah,
he coached.
And he coached for the Dolphins.
He was us. He was our guy, which I was kind of hoping. I don't know about y'all. I actually kind of wanted him to get the job after that year. He was like my number one guy who I wanted to become the not interim, but after the interim to be the to be hired on as the full time.
Man, Adam Sadowski said that the Buccaneers have 100% of winning tonight because Josh Allen is a walking turnover. So there you go. You heard it first. Adam Sadowski, 100%. Buccaneers win.
Jesus, this guy. Do you realize what that says?
I also said, I what's going on, Dolphins for life? I also say I think J.C. Jackson is going to get a turnover this game. He's going to get an interception. I could see him getting one
against Miami.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
But hopefully it's not going to be and I think it's going to be like an end zone interception, not a.
Well, going off your last night's conversation, and getting the word now that Tyreek Hill is probably going to play on Sunday, and everybody thought, going on last night's conversation, we weren't going to be able to move the ball shape without Tyreek Hill being on the field. Bold prediction: Tua Tagovailoa throws for 475 yards, and 25 of those yards are for Tyreek Hill.
Damn. Everybody else?
Tua's throwing for 450 yards, and with everybody else, and Tyreek gets 25 yards of the 475 that Tua's going to throw.
Damn. Yeah. I'm down for that.
You heard it here first. Tua heard Crypto, KP, Color, and all the other guys. No, I'm just playing. But no, Tua's heard the rumblings, and I think they spread the ball out a little bit more. Even if Tyreek Hill plays, I do think he might be a little hurt, right? And I think we utilize more of the other guys in this game. Could be wrong, but I have an eerie feeling that Claypool might get a little run. Cedric Wilson kind of keeps giving you Braxton Berrios, Jalen Waddle. I think those guys are the ones that kind of give us more of what we're looking for. Because remember, this is Bill Belichick, and look what Belichick did to Miami. Well, Tyreek specifically in that game, right? Kind of slowed him down. I think the other guys, I think Belichick will try to take Tyreek away, and I think that will leave room for the other guys to kind of eat.
For Berrios and all the guys to get more touches, and Claypool to finally get a couple of catches to get his feet wet. That would be nice, man. I would love to see that, man. That will be so, because it'll definitely say, hey, Tyreek, even though you played, but we kind of gave you a rest anyway within the game, basically kind of resting you within the game, but yet we're going to target Waddle, make him our number one receiver from the game plan standpoint. That's definitely a nice thing for McDaniel to do, just from a strategic standpoint. Play Tyreek, keep him out there, but yet make Waddle your number one target. Kind of that's what Belichick likes to do anyway. So why not go ahead and enhance it? Tell Waddle, okay, tonight's your night, Waddle.
Yeah, Waddle. What about the dude the guy we just acquired?
Yeah, Claypool.
Oh, Claypool? Yeah. I would like to see some targets to him, because this would be the fourth game for him. He basically had a month off.
Third, yeah, this be the third game. Well, really,
because you count the two Bears with the Chicago. Because remember in Chicago, he was limited in the last two Chicago games.
Yeah, he didn't dress for one. But no, listen, I don't care what he did in Chicago. I'm talking about this will be the second time he's dressed. He's been in Miami for 3 weeks now?
3 weeks for us, yes.
Yeah, he didn't dress week one. He dressed last week. Yeah, I think this week is, again, I'm not going to put a number of what he's going to do, but I do think he does get a little bit more run.
And by the way, I did a thing on.
You don't think 5 catches, 200 yards, Lewis?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Crypto, I'm going to use your words and say there's a 0% chance he gets 5 catches for 200 yards.
5 catches? Man, at least give him a 1% chance. Damn, a 0% chance.
Well, I can give him 5 catches, but there's a 0.000 point whatever 000 that he has 200 yards. I'm willing to bet the house on that.
Oh, okay. You bet in the house, I can't touch that then. You willing to bet the house? I can't argue against it now.
What's funny is how Gesicki was criticizing the Miami Dolphins for not using him, right? I looked at him. He's 7 games played, right? He has 22 targets, 17 receptions for 149 yards and 1 touchdown. And by the way, that game he got the winning touchdown, he only had 5 yards.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
Does Gesicki come back? Does Gesicki come back to Hard Rock Stadium and catch a touchdown
Ooh.
Sunday?
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a ooh. You know, that's a I'm almost certain that's a prop bet. That's got to be a prop bet somewhere. Gateke's coming back home and throwing a touchdown.
Crypto, your two favorite guys, Crypto, Devontae Parker and Mike Gesicki come back to Hard Rock and score touchdowns in Hard Rock Stadium. Devontae Parker, book it right now. Devontae's going for 2 and Mike Gesicki's going for 1. Book it now.
Oh my. Don't put your mortgage on that one. You're gonna be homeless if you do that.
See, if he was at,
I'm telling you, Lewis. I'm trying to. We trying to end homelessness, not trying to create it. Don't bet your mortgage on that one. We're trying to end homelessness.
Hey, if I tell you what, Crypto, if you were there, he would catch a touchdown. He'll grab the ball, give it to security. You see that guy who looks like Tim Hardaway? I want you to give this ball to him. He would have been pointing at you. You see that guy with the white headphones? Yeah, give that ball to him. Yeah, give the ball to him.
You're gonna come up to the stand, gonna come in the lower bowl and give it to me.
Yeah. You're like
hey, how does
see that guy right there with the 10 jersey? Yeah, give that to him.
Hey, how does that work? Because Adam Sadowski said Gesicki's gonna have 10 catches for 9 yards. So how does that
work? God, that's it, right. That's
so here's what's gonna happen.
He's going backwards.
He's gonna get 2 yards and then a -3 or something like that.
Right, he's got to have a negative yards on one of them. That's bad. He got 9 yards, 10 catches. Oh, that's definitely going in the record book. Damn.
10 catches for 9 yards. What the?
And I got one better. DVP 15 catches for 4 yards.
Yeah, but that 4 yard, that one catch for 4 yards is going to be a fade to the back of the end zone for touchdown. Jump ball.
All right. Oh man.
But
no, get in the end zone as long as he scored touchdowns. That's what I guess that's what Kelsey did one day.
On a serious note, though, you've seen, like, for instance, what Philadelphia did to us defensively. You don't think Bill Belichick is gonna take notes and say, okay, this, you know what I'm saying? We need to do this.
Oh yeah, he'll definitely try it, Shake. I agree with you. Belichick definitely be trying to steal it.
And Belichick is back to his old ways, because remember, a couple weeks back they traded back for J.C. Jackson, the corner, right?
They did?
Just said it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. J.C. Jackson, I think, has already been in New England. This was his 3rd week. I think last week against Buffalo was his 3rd week. And they already said he's back to his old ways like he was in New England. He's shutting people down, guarding their number ones. I just seen something on Twitter like 3 days ago that said J.C. Jackson, since he's been back in New England, has been one of the highest graded corners in the league.
Yeah.
So,
and the one thing that you said,
probably because Gonzalez is out, right?
Yeah. The one thing that you brought up the other day made me realize this, that he has all these physically capable players like we do, right? But the only difference is they don't have to think. Bill Belichick is, look, when you see this, do that, and when you see this, do that. Don't think, just do this. That's all you have to do. Do this. That's all I want you to do. And all I have to do is just is play physical. That's it.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to think and overthink or underthink. That's what happens with Rashad Jones, then Kiko Alonso. They were over. They did good plays, but at the end of the day, too, if they misdiagnosed, they were boom or bust. Those guys, boom or bust.
Well, yeah, it's because that New England defense again. Belichick, Brian Flores, Josh Boyer, their defense it puts more onus on the coach, right? Like, to your point, Shake, and I did say this the other day, it's Belichick, how can I say it? I said it the other day. Belichick, Boyer, and Flores, right? It's assignment based. Everybody has an assignment. You know what you're doing. That's why, yeah, Jerome Baker, he might be limited in some of the things he can do, right? But if you tell Jerome Baker on a play, this is what you're doing. You're blitzing the A gap, you're blitzing the B gap, you're blitzing off the edge, or you're sitting in whatever. Now at least Jerome Baker knows what he's supposed to do, right? That's basically the easiest way to explain it. In Vic Fangio's way of calling the defense, it kind of puts the onus on the players, right? It's more read and react. And of course, Jerome Baker don't know how to do that. And this is what I try to tell people that have made the argument about Vic Fangio being so productive everywhere he's been. I would agree with that, right? Like, there's no doubt. It's undeniable. But yeah, it's easy to call a defense like that where it's read and react when your middle linebacker is Ray Lewis, one of the greatest to ever do it, right? It's when he was in San Francisco, Patrick Willis and Navarro Bowman, two of the best instinctual linebackers in the game. So yeah, it makes it easy. But in Miami, you have Jerome Baker. Jerome Baker's not the best at reading and reacting and diagnosing the play and, oh, look, I see this, let me go react to it. It fundamentally, it doesn't work. That's why Jerome Baker was kind of productive in the Brian Flores scheme, because, hey, Jerome, you're doing this on this play. Okay, now whether it's right or wrong, okay, fine. But at least you would blame Brian Flores or Josh Boyer instead of blaming the player like we are now. So that's the biggest difference.
That's a good point, Louis.
Yeah, and a lot of these guys that on most of these guys that on this defense, Belichick will thrive with, because he'll know how to use a Jerome Baker. He will know how to use a Jalen Phillips.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yep, that's a good point.
So,
bro, the perfect guy
is
the perfect guy for a New England defense is Andrew Van Ginkel.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew Van Ginkel, what he is Kyle Van Noy for the New England Patriots for all those years. You can play him inside at linebacker. You can play him outside. You can play him as a pass rusher. You can do multiple things with Andrew Van Ginkel. That's why before this season, when Andrew Van Ginkel was a free agent, if we would have let that man walk or he would have hit free agency, I almost guarantee you he would have been a New England Patriot.
Or a Viking.
Good point.
Because he wouldn't have been that expensive. And, again, he's probably one of those guys that did like Brian Flores.
Yeah.
Not
he
everybody
definitely
hated
fit that
him.
scheme.
What do you think? Let's say hypothetically, if you think Brian Flores, you think Cam Smith will be playing right now or not really?
I would say yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Cam has all the physical tools you want, man. He just, I don't know.
Because what did he do, given that whatever limited time he may have this season, that will warrant, not being given an opportunity from a playing standpoint? I don't know. It's definitely possible.
And at the end of the day, it's like, for instance, you're a supervisor, right? You're a supervisor of a person, and then you get somebody who works under you, who's been a supervisor and has all this year experience. You're not gonna allow him to tell you what to do, because no, you're the boss. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, people think that Vic Fangio has cachet, and that cachet is gonna. No, if you're a head coach, most head coaches have egos, and I don't think at the end of the day, if Mike McDaniels doesn't want him to play, I don't think he's gonna play. Even though I don't think that's the case, but still, they haven't proved this year and last year they play rookies, except for A-Chain and Skylar Thompson. Those are the only rookies have played their first year. Who else played? Who else in these last 2 years? Tindo didn't play. If that's the case, what does that tell you about who the real problem was in drafting? If not 1 and 2 years,
you think they should be able to get some time. As Akama didn't play all one complete year, he had a little playing time this year.
You're telling me they got to get like 30 draft picks in order to get a couple of players to play on the damn team?
To play on the team, right. And that 1 year, what was it, Tua's draft? We had 11 actually picked, but we started out with 14 picks that year. And Tua's draft. A lot of people realize we had a shitload of picks that year. We had 14 picks going into that prior to making any wheels and deals and trades.
Yeah, that was a good year.
On our hand, we had 14 picks, and we wound up selecting 11.
I watched a lot of mock drafts that year.
Right. It was a nothing but mock drafts like crazy because we had so many, Shake. We was
Mhm.
trying to mock. It's just giving so many mock scenarios because we had that many picks, you know, and to use all of them, I think, I don't know. I think, Lewis gone. I was going to ask him.
Yeah.
Because I remember in the space,
You probably got a phone call.
They were saying how we're the only team from that year to have still the remaining players. And I was going to get up there and say, well, we did start from a higher pick total than everybody that year, given we had 14 picks that year. We selected 11. So I don't think every team really had as many picks as we did starting out. So just to gauge whether or not it being a successful complete draft as far as playing time goes. I think I'm on the belief that you should play everybody at some point of the season.
Yeah.
Everybody should get some rep.
By the way, here we go.
Game action.
The top passers. You tell me. I'm trying to figure a way. Okay, look at the quarterbacks. They're in the top passing yards. 5 of the. We'll start at number 5. Jared Goff with 1,900 yards. 1,900 yards. Matthew Stafford with 1,900 yards. Number 3, Patrick Mahomes with 2,000 yards. Kirk Cousins with 2,000 yards, and you already know who number 1 is.
Got the 3.
Skylar Thompson. He's not even.
These are yards.
Boy, yeah. 2,000 yards. Yeah, right now.
Somebody put out a different list than that on Twitter. Is given that it's Twitter. They were saying that Patrick Mahomes was number 3.
Yeah. Patrick
in
Mahomes
yards,
is 3.
and Tua was 2, and Josh Allen was 1 in yards.
The fuck?
Unless they talking about touchdown. No, touchdowns in yards.
Let me see where
maybe that was the touchdowns. Maybe that was touchdowns.
Yeah, probably touchdowns.
Maybe that was a record in touchdowns. The order.
Let me see where Josh Allen. Let me see where Josh Allen is right now.
Yeah, it probably was touchdowns. Mahomes, Tua, Allen, Cousins, and Goff.
Son of a bitch. Hold on. Yeah, we're about to wrap this up so we can watch some football games.
Yep.
So tomorrow the Smoke Lounge. Tomorrow the Smoke Lounge is going to be on for sure.
Oh yeah, Thursday night football.
Yeah. TD live right now. Let me see what the
right.
Let me see. God damn it. NFL.
I need me some bubble gum shrimp.
Is that good?
I don't know. I was just I was just thinking about the name.
Oh, they get a bye week next week. I seen the Bills. No, they don't. They play the Bengals Monday night game.
Monday night. So damn, back-to-back primetime games.
Yeah, Josh Allen has 1,800 yards, 15
Okay,
touchdowns.
so that was a touchdown record.
Mm-hmm.
That was the touchdown stat then that they put up there.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the touchdown stat for the most touchdowns, which was weird because you figure he has the most touchdowns and the most turnovers. He's really having a Jameis Winston like performance this year.
Who's that?
Allen leading the league in touchdowns and leading the league in turnovers.
Damn.
That's literally Jameis Winston.
30 for 30?
Yeah. Yep. They have a Winston
We have a Tua.
and we have a Tua.
Who do you think? Let me ask you this: do you think Cook is going to be traded and Henry is going to be traded, and to who?
Nah, I don't know because I think that division in Tennessee. I think Brable still think he can win that division, even though Jacksonville is far out ahead of him. But I'm thinking they're gonna try and go in with a new quarterback after with this. They're gonna try to battle between Levis and Willis. Not Levis. Who did they just draft? It was Levis, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
they're gonna let them two battle it out for the future, and I think that's what they're gonna keep Henry for to kind of secure their
let's
running game for him.
let's look at
I could be wrong.
Let's look at the matchup here. We got the AFC East right now. We're at first. Miami's at first, 5-2. Buffalo 4-3. Jets 3-3, and New England at 2-5. You got the AFC North. Baltimore 5-2. Pittsburgh and Cleveland both tied at 4-2, and Cincinnati
Man,
are
that's
3-3.
crazy.
So that's
Damn,
that
everybody in
one.
the division is 500 or better.
Yeah.
And to Lewis's point, that's could be another reason why this game against the Patriots is important because you don't want to be jumbled up in the middle with all those teams with 3 losses.
Yeah.
You
Then we
see what
got
I'm saying? It's a
Jacksonville.
lot of teams with 3 losses.
We got Jacksonville with 5-2, Houston 3-3, Indy 3-4, and Tennessee 2-4. So that division sucks ass. Pretty much. Right now, the North looks like the strongest one.
Yep, with everybody over 500 or better.
And then the West is 6-1, the Chiefs, 3-4, the Vegas. LA Chargers is
damn, they got 3 wins.
The 2-4, and Denver is 2-5. So the only one above 500 is Kansas City there.
It's Kansas City, right? We thought that was gonna be the strongest division. Turned out to be the Ravens division.
Yeah, that's what trips me out. And you heard me many times. I said, pump your. Oh, we got the second hardest division. I said, pump your brakes. We'll find out week 6 if we do or not. And sure enough,
right, you did say that. Wait till week 6 to figure it out whether or not everybody's who they are to be. Yeah, you did say wait till week 6.
It's like I'm gonna do a Bitcoin analogy.
Right.
You know, it's like oh, you got the most. This is the most expensive Bitcoin. I'm like, well, wait, it's not gonna be the price of last year's Bitcoin isn't reflect the price of this year's Bitcoin.
Right.
So
2 different things that affecting that price on a day-to-day or a second-by-second basis, just changes. You can have a $2,000 drop in 10-minute span, or you can have a $2,000 rise in a 4-second span.
And just for shits and giggles, look at the NFC East. The Philadelphia Eagles 6-1, Dallas Cowboys 4-2, Washington 3-4, and the Giants are 2-5. Then you have the NFC North with 5-2, 3-4 Minnesota, Green Bay's 4-2, 2-4, and then Chicago is 2-4. Damn, that division sucks.
2-4.
But
Yeah,
but
they
I
got
tell you
out
what,
to a
look
bad
at
start.
Minnesota looks like they're creeping up.
Right, they are, because they started off like losing 4 straight. Right, they won 3 straight.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and then they doing it without Jefferson. They can hold on without Jefferson. They can make another little run.
And if Flores gets his and here's the thing, here's gonna be the kicker. If Flores could get his defense to play like November, December, man, it's gonna be, this is when his defense starts playing lights out.
Right. Yep. Lights out.
Then you got the NFC South, which is Atlanta with 4-3, Tampa 3-3, New Orleans 3-4, and Carolina with a 0-6. Perfect loss record. San Francisco 5-2, Seattle 4-2, Los Angeles Rams 3-4, and Arizona 1-6.
That just fell off a cliff at back end of that division. So it's only a 2-team race. Seattle and San Fran. That's it. My coworker is a Niners fan.
And here's for shits and giggles, right? If the playoffs were to start tomorrow, right? Kansas City will have the 1 seed. We'll have 2. Baltimore 3. Jags will have 4. Pittsburgh will have 5. Cleveland will have 6. And Buffalo with 7. Look at that. 3 NFC, 3 AFC North teams in the playoffs.
Right. Yep. Yep. 3 of that teams in that division. Yep. In the playoffs. And
surprisingly, Cincinnati is not in it.
They won't make it because they on the outside looking in. Yep.
Yeah. Right now they're the 10 seed. Okay, and then
3 games out.
Yeah.
3 slots out.
Philadelphia will have the 1 seed. Detroit will have the 2 seed. San Fran 3. Seattle 5.
We'll be playing Buffalo at home.
Yeah. Seattle 5, Dallas 6, and Tampa at 7 right now.
Yeah, that's definitely why this one is, because you don't want to be in a head-to-head tie going into the last game of the season with Buffalo. That gives them the tiebreaker automatically. All the way up until the last game, if you're tied. We have to always stay at least 1 game ahead of them in the win column. At least up until the last game of the season.
Yeah.
All because of the head-to-head. So, yeah, we got to keep that 1 game separation.
Yeah, Buffalo. So, anyway, we're about to close this down. Tomorrow we'll be at this. We're going to be in the Smoke Lounge. Drive time tomorrow, 6:00 on the Fins tailgate.
Fins up, everybody.
Fins up. Be safe, y'all, and have a good night, y'all.
Yep.
I know you heard me on the radio flexing. She loved the sound of my voice, it's the best thing. Daydreaming of the jazz all day. Pick up the phone late night with Larry K. I know you heard me on the radio flexing. She loved the sound of my voice, it's the best thing. Daydreaming of the jazz all day.